Hi, welcome to Yoga with Lauren, and today we're doing a cozier practice to alleviate any tightness in the neck and the shoulders and the lower back. So feel free to grab anything that you need. I have a little pillow that I'm sitting on, and I'll also be using blocks today. So we'll start in our seated position per usual. Feel free to elevate your seat by sitting on a block or a blanket. A pillow works just fine. And meet me in your nice tall seat, allowing the shoulders to drop, allowing your palms to fall into your knees, and closing the eyes if you feel comfortable to do so. And rooting through your tailbone and lifting up through the crown of the head before we dive into some movement. Just bringing your attention and your awareness to your body, noticing what you feel. Maybe your space is completely silent, just enjoying the quietness. And inviting you to lengthen your inhale and pausing at the top of it, and lengthening your exhale, resting at the bottom. Let's just take a moment to celebrate that we made it to this practice. Anytime I make it to my mat, I consider it a win. Allowing the belly to fill up. And allowing parts of your body to soften. In today's practice, our intention is just taking care of ourselves. A few more moments of just breathing. Softening in the jaw and around the eyes. Maybe while your eyes are closed, just looking left and right, giving it a little break from all the screen time. Cool. And then feel free to keep your eyes closed or open here. I'm just going to take one ear to one shoulder, keeping the shoulders down, just stretching the side of the neck. And if you want to deepen this stretch, you can take your one hand out and one hand on your head. Just gently pulling without forcing. And then inhale, lift up, careful. Woo, exhale, let's switch. Pulling the ear to the other shoulder, creating space, anchoring down in that opposite shoulder. And then slowly come back through center and then drop the chin to the chest, stretching the back of the neck. Noticing what comes up as the shoulders drop down. And then inhale, lifting the nose to the sky, stretching the front of the neck. Breathing in and breathing out. And then slowly sit up. And then take your own version of a neck roll. You can bring the palms back to the knees. I often skip letting my head going all the way back, and I just rock side to chin to chest and to the side. Cool. And then find your neutral spine, taking your shoulders up towards the ears, back and down. And then you can make this more animated by just bringing more parts of the body into the shoulder roll. So here I'm just taking my torso up with me, back and down. And maybe you can take a nice big arm circle, back and down, and just noticing what you hear in your shoulders. Maybe you don't hear anything. If that's the case, that's amazing. And then reverse, just stretching here. If you had a strap here, you could grab it and hang out for a little bit. And just creating some motion. Cool. From here, we're just going to take a nice arm circle as you turn the torso. And then let's just repeat that 4 more times. Inhale, lift through the front. Exhale, open up to the back. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale, rotate as far as you can with the arm if it feels comfortable. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, beautiful, to the back. 1 more. Nice flow. Reaching. Cool. And release, shake it out. And let's do that on the other side. You do what feels good. Scoop through the front, continue by the ear and to the back. Woo. Shoulders are like, hello. 4 more times. Open up. And 3 more. If anything starts to hurt, you can take a smaller rotation or you can take a variation with just the elbow. And 1 more. I'm going to do the elbow because my left shoulder is like, hello. Cool. Shake it out. If you're sitting on anything, feel free to remove that at this time just to get your sit bones onto the earth and uncross your legs so that we're experiencing both sensations here. And just rock side to side, sit bones as we call it, just massaging the butte. Cool. Beautiful. Take the arms out to the side, nice and long. Reach through the middle finger out to the sides of the room. And then gently, dancer moment, pull side to side, noticing what you feel in your rib cage and in the side body. And then the typical stretch that we do every practice, side body stretch, keeping the hips into the floor, not collapsing in the front. And if you feel comfortable, that left elbow can come down. Maybe it doesn't want to do that for this first round. Allowing the neck to go with you and making sure you're not suffocating the ear. Inhale, up, 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 exhale. Drop to the other side. Ooh, finding what feels good. You can also turn your focus towards the mat. See how that feels in the back of your neck. And we'll do that 1 more time for good measure. Inhale up through center, exhale. Moving gently. And imagine someone's pulling that hand so you get a stretch in the shoulder girdle here. And last time, inhale up, exhale. Other side. And then lift up through center. Ooh, nice. Taking the soles of the feet together, maybe you stretch your legs for a moment, but soles of the feet together. We're in our butterfly pose, and I'm just going to collapse forward wherever this lands, feeling that stretch in my hip flexor, letting my head be heavy. This is where you could place a block and rest your forehead, maybe on your feet or on your block, and just allowing the lower back to lengthen here. Maybe it's been a while since we've been in touch with our body, maybe a week or 2 weeks. And in touch in the sense of moving slowly and mindfully. Cool. And slowly lift up from the block or from your feet, wherever you are, and rise up. Awesome. Let's remove that block and let's just extend the legs in front of us. Whoop. Nice and long. Flex through the feet, sit through the tailbone, lift up, inhale up to the sky, and then exhale wherever you land. Just notice, don't overdo it. because we're still in the warm-up mode. But allow the shoulders to melt into the back, or if it feels comfortable, you can go a bit further. But this is where you could use your blocks or your bolster to, assist you here. Stretching forward, feeling what you feel in your calves, your hamstrings, and the lower back. Being kind to the body and the mind. It's kind of nice with no music. I'm always used to teaching with music, and I think the quietness feels good. Slowly rise up. Ooh. And stay seated. Beautiful. Swing those legs around you. Let's go to our tabletop. Hands directly underneath those shoulders, knees directly underneath those hips. And spread the fingers wide. Take your own cow cat, dropping the belly, looking up to the sky. And exhale, scoop navel round into the spine. 2 more. Look up. Shoulders down and back. Space. And exhale, kitty cat round. Breathing and really enjoying this. 1 more. Cat. Then from here, we're going to take our lovely variation of a cat where we do some head to tailbone connection circles. If you've taken my class here, you know what I'm talking about. Making circular shapes like a cat would. I'm just noticing what's happening in the hips and the glutes. Cool. Nice, and then meet me at your neutral spine. Let's bring the knees as wide as the mat, toes to touch, and we'll take our first child's pose, sinking the hips as far back as you can go. And if you need your block, you can place your block underneath your tush. You can place your block on your forehead if that feels good. But we're going to reach the fingertips as far as we can, allowing the shoulders to melt and drop into the back. And close the eyes here and see if you can just sink a little more into your mat. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. So whenever we're in this position, we're just trying to create more space. Give our bodies the rest that it needs. Giving ourselves grace. Cool. Slowly lift the head up from the floor. Come back to your table. Let's extend. We'll bring your knees back underneath your hips. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Let's extend the right leg back, toes down. Draw the navel in and try not to collapse. Ooh, I just lost my balance. Try not to collapse in your shoulders. And here, let's just bring the knee to nose round in the spine. And then inhale, reach back out. It's like a cow cat, but with 1 leg. 1 more. Knee to nose. Exhale, bring it out. And then from here, bring the foot in between the hands for your first low crescent lunge. Yeah. So bring that foot in between the hands, knee stacked over that heel, and feel free to rise up here. So not collapsing the belly on the thigh, but really engaged here. And you can draw the arms up, right? You could take a nice little back bend if that feels good for you. Woo, noticing the sensation in that working hip flexor, which is the other one on here that you can't see. And this is where you could also use the blocks to kind of lift up through the chest. So the sensation is on the back hip. And then from here, let's take it to our half splits. If you've got blocks with you, you can just extend, push the hips back. You can bring the blocks back underneath you. But here I'm lifting through the chest. This is what it looks like without the blocks. Toes are flexed towards the shin, and I'm saying hello to the sensations in my hamstrings. Letting the neck loosen up. We have a tendency to tighten up, especially when we're practicing virtually. Breathe in, breathe out, exhale, come back to your lunge. And then I want you to pop that back knee up. Yep. And let's take a nice twist. Take that left arm up to the sky, or opposite arm, whatever side works for you. Reach. Exhale, bring the hands back down to the floor. And then I want you to step back to your plank. First plank of today. Notice what you feel. Drop the knees to the earth. Draw the elbows in. Lower the upper body down. Release your feet and your toes. Pull the shoulders back. Inhale, rise up, cobra. Shine the chest forward. Shoulders pull back. Kneecaps lifted. And then exhale. Meet me back. This time, knees together, toes together, child's pose. And you can let your arms rest by your sides. Deep breath in, deep breath out, and honoring your body. So if anything we do does not feel good for you, you can skip it. You can hang out in child's pose all day if you needed to. No judgment. In a season of transition, new beginnings, and oftentimes it means we need more rest. So every time we take a child's pose in today's practice, just think of it as making a deposit in your rest bank. Nice. Slowly drag your fingers along the sides of yourself. Bring the hands back in front of you. Slowly lift your head up. And meet me back on your table. If your knees need a little break, just shake it out. Ooh. Cool. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Extend that other leg back. This is my left leg, or for you, it's my left leg, toes down. Here we go. We're just going to do a nice rounding inhale, lift it a little bit. Exhale, knee to nose, round the spine. Let's do that. 2 more. Inhale, reach. Flex through the foot. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale. This time, bring the foot in between the hands. And rise up to your low crescent lunge, whatever that looks like for you. Again, you can use your blocks at any level. This helps me get a deeper stretch in that back hip flexor. Chest is lifted, shoulders down, pulling up in the front body. If you'd like, you can take that back bend here. That's kind of intense for the front hip flexor, so yogi's choice. Cool. Exhale, swing the hips back, extend your front leg. Flex that foot towards the shin. Meet me in your half splits, squaring off those hips. So drop that working leg down just an inch. Bring the first 2 toes towards your shin. Breathe in and out, creating more space. Exhale, come back to your low lunge. Remove the blocks. Hands on each side of the foot. Pop up your back foot. And take that nice, easy twist. Reach up. Exhale, hands back down to the floor. Bring that right foot back to your plank. I'm just going to scoop back so I have space. Notice what you feel here. If you'd like to do a full vinyasa, feel free. I'm going to do a variation we did earlier. Drop the knees, elbows in, lower the upper body down. Release the feet. Inhale, rise up, cobra or upward facing dog, whatever feels good. And then exhale, knees to the floor. Push back to your child's pose. Same thing. Allow your arms to come by the sides and take a deep breath in and out. So try to sink those hips a little closer to the heels. Breathing. Nice. Slowly drag your fingers along the sides of you. Bring the hands back underneath you. Rise up back to your table. Cool. Bring those hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, tuck the toes underneath. And let's take a floating table, waking up the upper body and the abdominal wall. And let's just hang here for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees. This time, take your hands further out and let's take our plank. Hands underneath those shoulders, toes underneath those heels. Press away from the earth, so protract in your upper body. Breathing in, and then exhale without fidgeting the hands or the feet. Meet me in downward facing dog, and then just allow the feet to pedal. Shaking up your head and neck, making sure you're not tensing up. Allow the shoulders to melt down your back a little bit more. Nice deep breaths. And feel free to bend your knees and swing the hips up a little higher, getting a nice deeper stretch in the back of the legs. Cool. Slowly walk your feet to your hands, 1 foot at a time. Yep. And then meet me with your legs nice and wide, toes turned out. Grab the elbows. Classic ragdoll. Shifting side to side. Loosening up the lower back, shaking your head left and right. Release your hands to the floor. Cool, cool, cool. Heel toe your feet together. Bend your knees, and then inhale, lift up flat back, hands on the shins or the thighs. Draw the shoulders down. Exhale, release, forward fold. Here we go. We're going to stand up for the first time. Inhale, root to rise. Press to the feet. Rise up, arms up. Exhale, hands prayer. Good. Shake it out. Thumbs up if you're doing all right. Feeling good? Yeah, cool, cool. All right, so we're standing. Take any little movement you need. Sometimes I'm like, I need to crack the toes, do a little roll, ankle roll. All right, standing in your mountain pose, feet hip distance apart. Turn the palms forward, shoulders down. I'm just gonna push back so I don't hit the bookshelf in front of me. Inhale, reach the arms up. We'll take a half sun salutation. Exhale, swan dive all the way. Inhale, lengthen the spine, flat back. Hands on the thighs or the shins. Exhale, release. Inhale, root to rise, up to standing. Exhale, hands prayer. Cool, from here, take your feet a little bit wide. You're gonna bring your hands behind your back, okay? So yogi's choice for your grip, okay? You pick what feels good. I'm gonna draw it down, lift up through my chest, and we're gonna take a nice forward fold with this chest opener all the way down. Breathing in, letting the head go. Arms are pulling down towards the floor. Shift your weight to your toes. Notice what you feel. Release your hands to the ground. Beautiful. Shake your head yes and no. Cool. Heel toe your feet together. Bend the knees. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Wake up the hamstrings. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands prayer. Inhale, this time we'll do a full sun salutation. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step or hop your way to your plank. Nice. Yogi's choice for full chaturanga. And exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal the feet, walk the dog. Take your time. Bend the knees, look to the top of your mat, step or hop your feet to meet your hands. Nice. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands spread. Nice. Close your eyes, take a moment to recenter, press your feet into the floor. If your mind wandered off, come back. Take deep breaths. And release your hand, shake it out. Cool. We're going to come into a nice wide-legged forward fold, kind of similar to what we did earlier, but this time you face whatever way makes sense for you. Just go past your mat. So you can either be parallel or a little turned out, whatever feels good for you. And we're just going to stand like this, arms out, star shape. We're going to take a, the basic side body stretch that we learned a long time ago, but we're just opening up all the tightness from standing, carrying, lifting, holding. Inhale, slowly slither back up how you came, and then exhale, keeping space between the ears and the shoulders. Whew. Can you get a little longer? Yeah, space between the ear and the arm. And up. Oh, good. If your feet are not turned out already, I invite you to bring the heels in and meet me here in a deep second position, dancer terminology, or deep squat bend. Tailbone heavy, yeah. And just open up those arms. We're in our goddess pose and just feeling the earth beneath us. And just holding here, and then we'll just flow through it 3 times. Inhale, lift up, press through the legs, arms up, exhale. 2 more, inhale, lift. Nice and strong, take up space. Exhale, nice, fierce goddess or God. Up, 1 more. Whoop, almost lost my balance. Exhale. Cool. Can you bring your forearms to your thighs? And we'll do one of these. I don't know if there's a yogi term for this. Take one hand to your thigh, bring one shoulder down. We're getting a nice stretch in the adductor here. And then switch, other hand on the thigh. Yep, other forearm on the other thigh. And push that leg back. Coolio. Good. And then here, feel like a little sumo wrestler here, bring the toesies in. Grab whatever's available for you and meet me in a nice forward fold. Now here, in this forward fold, you can take your hands forward. You could take it past your legs. You could take the arm bind we did earlier, bringing the hands behind the back and opening up in that chest. Or if you feel comfortable, you can take a nice, what am I trying to say? You can take like a tripod headstand or a headstand here, if that is in your practice and if that feels good for you. But playing with what feels good. So maybe you try different things. Maybe grabbing the ankles feels best for you. Making sure that head is nice and loose. Beautiful. If you're in a headstand, come back down. If not, bring your hands back underneath you, probably right underneath your face, and then just lift up from there, looking forward. Yep, so hands on the floor. Yes, yes. And then let's heel toe your feet together. Woo-hoo. Feet are parallel, slowly drop the knees. I don't know if you heard my knee crack. Cool, and then walk your hands forward, allowing the knees to fall to the earth. And let's take extended child's pose again. Knees out, toes together. Meet me here for a moment of rest. Take a few more breaths there before we start to close our practice. Slowly lift the head up onto your hands. There you are. Yep, and then rock forward, bringing the feet together. I'm sorry, knees underneath yourself, feet hip distance apart. And let's take a nice threading of the needle for our shoulders. So you're gonna inhale, lift up your right arm up, reach as far as you can, see if you can open up, and then exhale, thread the needle, take that right shoulder, right ear to the floor. And your left arm can go out and forward, or you could take a bind with the other arm. But here you want to twist the body so you get deeper in that right shoulder. Breathing in and breathing out. And if you have wandered off mentally, come back. Just celebrating that we're moving our body. Slowly bring that left hand back in front of your face, press into the mat, unthread your needle, take it back up how you came, and then back to your table. If your knees are hurting or need a break, just lift them up like I'm doing here. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Press into the opposite palm. Inhale, lift your left arm up nice and high. See how far you can twist. Beautiful. Go a little further. Yep. And then thread the needle. Take the left shoulder down, left ear down for a nice twist. So it's up to you how intense this stretch is. You can always press your palm into the floor and rotate a little bit deeper. Giving your shoulders nice little space. Cool. Press your right hand in front of your face and unthread the needle. Cool. All right, one last thing before we go to our mat. Walk your palms forward and just meet me on your belly, giving your knees a little break. Let's take our hands out like the fingers. The fingers are like this. Sorry, English is like not coming to me today. You're gonna bring your fingertips in front of you on each side of the mat. You're gonna press into your fingertips. You're gonna rise up, lifting through the chest. Up, lift, 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 lift. There it is. Exhale, release. Let's do that one more time. Press into the floor. Inhale, rise up. I feel like a spider here for some reason. And then exhale. Let it go. Cool. Bring your hands back underneath you. Press back up. And you're just going to come up to a seat because we're going to bring our legs in front of us. Yeah. Just check our time. Doing great. Thumbs up if you're good. Feeling a little more open here. Perfect. All right. So I'm here on my tushy. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down, and let's just lean all the way back. It's about to feel so good to lay down. Oh yeah. Oh yes, back on the mat. And let's hug our knees into our chest, reaching for the elbows or the wrist, whatever's available, and just rock side to side. And then from here, you can take your hands on your knees, roll your ankles a few times, reverse, and then take a nice little hip circle. So just hands on the knees, drawing the hips out and around, reverse. Cool, feet up to the sky. Let's take happy baby, drive the knees towards the earth. Elbows on the inside of the knees. Maybe you need to lift your head up and then reach for whatever is available. Pull the knees down as the knees go out to the sides of the room, and you can rock side to side, massaging the lower back. Feeling a stretch in the hamstring and the hip flexor. And release. All right, sorry, I know you're on your back, but I invite you to grab a block. I should have told you that a couple minutes ago, but can you grab a block? This is gonna feel real good if you have a tense neck or a tight neck. So you're gonna grab this block, okay? And I know I have gray on gray. Hopefully you can see this. I'll put it on this side. I'm gonna grab that block and I'm gonna place my head on it, but I can feel the edge of the block digging into the back of my neck. And so from here, you find what feels good. It's closer to, I'm moving my block a little to where the hairs on the back of my head start. And I'm just going to rock my neck side to side. And it's a nice little massage in the back of the neck. You can also play with doing some nose circles and seeing how that feels, but we're just giving the back of our neck a little massage. And you can play here to see where you actually feel it a little bit more. It's been a while for me, so I'm trying to find that sweet spot. And then this is where we're going to end our practice today. So if you'd like, you can remove the block and meet me in Shavasana, or you can meet me here with the soles of the feet together and the knees are out, and one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. And we're just going to surrender into this practice, or take up space into your X. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Just feeling connected to the earth beneath you, to the floor, to your body. Softening in the face and in the shoulders. Sitting in gratitude for making time for yourself today. Maybe yawning or taking a deep breath in and out. Noticing how you feel. Trusting that the rest of this week will be just right, just what you needed. Taking a deep breath in and out. Slowly rocking your head left and right, rolling the wrist and the ankles. Taking a morning stretch here. I always yawn at this part. It's like my body knows. And then in your own creative way, or if you need to do anything else, feel free to do it now. If not, roll to one side, fetal position, and then slowly press yourself up. Slowly to how we started. And we'll just seal our practice with some breath, and then I'll let you go. So sitting up tall, shoulders dropped, maybe one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly, being reminded of our power and our intuition. Taking a deep breath in, deep breath out. I hope you feel more grounded than you did 45 minutes ago. Thanks for moving with me. Namaste.